Daddy English, you know him no normal. Him lock down the place, in no normal. Dancehall and reggae show it no normal. Gustisha, FM it no normal. Even man a baby bum representing for Daddy English. I mean I said Daddy English. Go and bless it, turn it up, turn it up.
Exclusive reggae music only on GFM.
Light up again, even the best fall down sometimes. Even the wrong words seem to rise. Under the doubt that fills my mind, I somehow find you and I collide.
That is a big single right there, you know. That's a big single from the big album. They Call Me Mr. Melody, the voice of Singing Melody. Are you in the building?
Yes, man. Definitely.
Bad.
Yeah, man. Respect, man. And like I said, welcome. Thanks a lot for having me on the program this evening, you know.
Oh, man.
Really a blessing.
It's a blessing, definitely, man. You know, listen, first of all, man, this album here, I don't even know how to start, but this album, it just can't stop playing. When you put it in, you just have to leave it there and let it play, man, and just let it repeat.
You see, that's the idea. That's the idea that we have originally when we started making this album 2 years ago.
Okay.
We wanted to make an album that is really just for the people and not just for self, you know?
Yeah.
And I know sometimes as artists we kind of go overboard sometimes, and we make songs, yes, because of what we feel.
Yeah.
But sometimes we don't run ideas by people before we come out with the album.
Right.
And that's the approach that our team took with this album, is really not to run any risk, is to make sure that we have the best music that Singing Melody has ever recorded at all times. You know, and any project that we're working on, we try to go the extra mile for the fans and making sure that when the radio DJ gets it, he want to play every track, or he want to play majority of the track from the album, and not just focus on one. Because I've done an album before, and several other albums where I realized they just focus on the single.
Right.
But with this album, I find that DJs all over the world are just coming up with different songs, saying this is their song and this is my song.
Yeah.
So it means that there's a song on this album for everyone, you know.
Definitely. All right.
And I give thanks for your honest opinion on that, because I was waiting to hear that kind of feedback. You know,
it's positive. Trust me, man. Watch. We soon get there. I'll show you some songs on here that I know I'm gonna be playing for time. Watch, you know. But what I want to ask you about is this song "Collide." Where did that come from? Where did that concept?
Well, the concept came from my producer. First of all, when we start working on the album, we knew that we wanted to have for this album only original music, because all my rest of other albums that I came out with was always 3 covers or 2 covers on it, you know. But for this album, we wanted to just give them an original album.
Right.
Now, what happened is that my producer found this song, and just like he found Want You Back for Good, and so forth. And he found this song and he came to me with it, and I said, you know, Fata, you know, to be honest with you, I really want to focus on the creative side of this album and just make it be different.
Right.
So he said, but this song fits you, man. It's you. And I said, no, I know it's me, but I just want to do something differently this time.
Yeah.
And he said, Melody, trust me on this. I've never made an error in your career over the 15 years of recording you. I know what works for you. And I said to him, you know, okay, we're not going to argue, but I want to work out a deal with you. He said, what kind of deal we want to work out? He says, I said to him, if I get to record this song and give it away to my fans who have been waiting patiently for our next project with Singing Melody, that would be something I would want to do with the song.
Mad.
And he said to me, you're crazy. We can't give away the song. It takes a lot of money to make a song.
Yeah.
So we actually went into agreement on that. And, you know, when the song was done, it was beautifully done. The track was made live and everything. We get the band in studio, and it was just a wonderful vibe. And when the track started to play down with the band, it was so amazing. I felt this chill right through my body. And I said, you know, I'm going to put 150% in this song. And I did so. And as soon as the song was mixed and mastered, I started to send it out for my website, which is singingmelodymusic.com.
Right.
And I sent it out to and encourage people to go there and get the song. Right. And that's how the song started to go around the world. People started to just download the song and listen to it. And by listening to the song, it becomes their favorite. It's just amazing to see sometimes what a little giveaway can do, you know?
Right, of course.
And yes, we gave away the song for about 3 months, and then we pull it back and then put it on the album. And that's how the song ended up on the album.
Nice.
And ended up being that song that people just embracing now. Right now, it's #1 in New York.
Big.
It's #1 in Jamaica.
Mad.
It was #1 in Aruba.
That's how you do it.
And then it was #1 here in the UK and BBC 3 counties. So we're moving places, and also it's #1 across. It's not #1 across, but it's climbing the chart elsewhere in the UK and also in the far side of Europe. So we're looking for great things, and the video is out as well. It's really a bang, you know. It's really a song that people are just melting into.
Proper. I like that. Sing Melody, you know, the thing is, I don't know, I hope people understand that you're not just an artist that just came 5 years ago. Yeah, because what I was reading...
Well, I hope they don't think that.
No, you're not. Listen, what I just found out today, your first vinyl was in 1987, and I'm going to tell you an exclusive now, man. I was 6 years old when that came out, and I'm like, what? And now
man.
You know what I mean?
No, this is what you call I love music from my idea my knee.
Wow. Exactly. You get me?
Yes.
You know?
Oh man, that's so nice to hear that from you though. You know, really appreciate it. And you know, not just that, you know, it means that I'm really doing something good. Definitely. And you know, thank you for telling me that too, because sometimes we do need a little reminder that people are there with us, you know, and we're not just out there doing things alone.
You see?
And you know, that kind of feeling is good.
Right.
Thanks.
But okay, your voice is unique. There's many artists out there that can sing, yeah. But your voice, when you sing, we know that's Singing Melody. When did you know that you was a singer?
You know, you're interesting. I have to give it to you. You ask question that is so uplifting. Let me tell you something, man. It's really a chill. This is gonna be a great interview. Another one that I'm gonna write down in my book. Let me tell you. You know, when I first got the name Singing Melody, it was really a good friend of mine. You know, people used to call me Singing, and I used to just walk the street because I was a kid who used to just walk and like to sing.
Mad.
So people would approach me and say, "Are you a singer?" And I was like, yeah, I'm a singer. And they said, really? What record you've done? I said, oh, well, not yet, you know. You know, I'm not a recording star yet, but I'm a singer.
Bad.
And, you know, but he used to find a problem with the name because he says it's annoying for people to call me Singing. So it used to be upsetting to him.
Right, okay.
So he said, you know, you need a name, man. You need a name, or we have to find a name. And he said, listen, I want to keep the singing, but you need something else with the singing because you have to keep singing.
Wow.
So I said, all right, you know, I said, let me think on it. And, you know, we just randomly thinking.
Yeah.
And then I said Melody, and he said Melody. He said that's perfect. Singing Melody is the name, and I said, hold on, no, but we have Bobby Melody already. We have the Melody Makers. He said, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just work your singing melody. And I said to him, listen, Tony, I'm gonna work it. No, but you know what? It really, at first when I got the name, actually, you know, I was doing a bunch of stuff. I was doing different kind of things with it. I was just trying out stuff. You know, but everything that I was trying was so good. People was loving it. You know, but they never actually catch on to the name yet. I think they more love what I was doing, but the name didn't register. So what I do was to just keep working the name and search for what Singing Melody is and who Singing Melody is going to become, you know, the next 5 years or so. So every year, you know, when I've done a bunch of work, I will go back and revisit those work, and I will listen to them, and I will say, how can I improve and keep in the name Singing Melody? Because if you're a singer, you have to be singing in melody. You have to keep finding ideas. So, you know, I worked that name for over 2.5 decades. And maybe a little bit less than that, but you know, just thinking about how long I've been traveling, you know, and working the name, it's amazing. You know, it seems like 30 years ago, but it's really about 22 years or so, or maybe 23. Now, you know, when I actually found who Singing Melody was is when I did the album Sweeter. The album Sweeter actually opened a new page, because this is actually now, well, I've done albums before that. I've done 2 albums before Sweeter. And solo album, that is. And one was the first album with VP was original, but that was when I was a kid, you know, much younger. And then I did another album for Record Factory that was released in the UK here, and so by Jetstar at the time. And you know, looked at those albums. I was playing around to find who I was, and then when I met Fat Eyes now, and start to do the real work, you know, putting out, you know, I'm talking about getting in studio with bands and crazy people, and you know, I never asked the question, how did they find, you know, who Singing Melody was? Because I don't think I really find myself. I think people discover that. Now, when I never really asked them, but you know, it's a good question you ask, because now I'm gonna go back, when I go back to Jamaica, and ask them what made them, you know, think about me like that.
Is that okay?
You know, and when they had so much stars recording at the time, and I was the only artist on their label that they kept on the label.
That says a lot.
Now we realized after start recording Let It Flow on them songs that there was something special, even though we knew each other from a while. And I can tell you, we knew each other, because I knew Fata and Bulby when they just started out engineering, working for Blue Mountain and working for Sly and Robbie as apprentice engineer.
Wow, imagine that.
You know, and see, they grow up in the business. As these guys I'm telling you about, they really know what they're doing.
Of course.
You know, it's not like producers who just bring you into the studio and they allow you to do whatever you feel like, you know. It's really like, I sat back and I sit back and I relax and said, you know what, I'm with the professional team and I'm going to listen to what they have to say. And then when they direct me, I work much harder and who I know as Singing Melody, and then try to bring the best out in the music. And then they will tell me if that is the best that they need. And if that is not satisfactory to them, they push me to go harder. So that's what really makes me find who Singing Melody was, and know that, you know, there's a lot more to come from Singing Melody if I keep this same attitude about work ethics and, you know, just the whole principle about music, and don't take the people for granted with your music. Be careful what you really recorded, because if you record something, you might not can take it back. You know, so these are the lessons that I learned from these guys, you know, and not just them, but from people who you know, who's my mentor as well.
Oh man, Singing Melody. Listen, man, we're gonna come back. We're gonna play another track on the album. We're gonna play track number 4. It's called Don't Cry. And we'll come back and we'll talk some more. People, listen to this one here, man. It's a big tune. Oh man, the album is just mad. Check it out. GFM 96.6.
You see what we have a couple years ago? Yeah, it was really nice. I enjoyed it, but things sometimes change. That's what I say. For real, I am. And I know you feel sometimes like I hurt you, but if I do, I never meant it. Oh, baby, I wanna say that I never really meant to hurt you. But we were young, having fun, it just never became. When I left from love, girl, it's all I desert you. It's just that I found happiness, and I hope you did the same.
That English, I know how we spend it. That English, I think English. Original, you know the place.
No, please don't cry, no.
Yeah, man, I also represent, I mean, I said that the English. You know, the exclusive dancehall and reggae mix show, them for no.
Oh, please don't cry, no. Back in the days we were the thing, baby. We used to chat about just everything. Those late night telephone calls wouldn't make my nights complete. I took good care of you, lady. You were so pure and true. And after all that's said and done, girl, we still like to make it discreet. Cause I know you had somebody else sleeping next to you. And I had no choice, I found true love. What do you expect me to do? So baby, don't cry.
Don't cry, don't cry. That's on the album. They call me Mr. Melody. Singing Melody, that is proper, man. Proper, you know? That's what I can say.
Yes, man. It's like I said, you know, it's all within the music, man, and it's all for the people, you know?
Exactly.
And that song was produced by Tony Kelly.
Okay, yeah. Big producer.
Excuse me. Yeah. What I did with this album, I reached out to some producers who I really wanted to work with.
Okay.
Over a decade now.
Okay.
Now, what happened is that I just want to break this, right?
Yeah.
This album was really executive produced by my label, Shem Music Production.
Right.
Exclusive reggae music only on.
Yes, by Shem Music Productions and Fat Eyes Production.
All right.
So what I did, this is actually my first production that I do it myself as an album and my own label. And I still managed to want to bring my partner along with me, which is Fat Eyes Records.
Proper.
You know, because like I said, the chemistry that I have with them over 15 years, it works all the time.
Right.
So when I approached them about making this album, they said, Melody, you know, the ball is in your hand. You know, we're just going to guide you with it and make sure that you don't mess it up, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And so I said, no, you know, I pretty much know what I want to do and and the songs that I wanted on this album and some of the people I want to work with.
Okay.
So they said, all right, reach out and let me know who you want to work with and, you know, come back with the songs and let we hear them.
Nice.
So they still, even though I went out and I worked with other producers, when the songs came back, they listened to the song and said, listen, this is really a good song for the album. Yeah. And that give them even ideas to even work very hard to step up on the game to make sure that every song stay in the same quality production and still remains, you know, the thing. When I approached Tony Kelly about this song, Don't Cry, there was a situation that the person was going through. And, you know, they were explaining it to him.
Okay.
And as we sat and tried to rectify the situation, it becomes the song. And he said, sing it. You know, it's the song that we have produced, right?
Wow. Wow.
And he said, just like that. And he said, yes. So he said, but I don't have a track for it yet, but I'll work on it tonight. Yeah. And he stood up from about 11 till 6 in the morning and make this track.
Mad.
For the album. Nice. And then the next day I went back and demo it and went back to Jamaica. And then as soon as I went back to Jamaica, I started practicing the song and getting into it, and then went back. I went back to Florida and get it done.
Nice.
Come back. Then as soon as we finished that one, he said, Melody, we have to do a second track for the album. We can't do one. We can't do one. And he went ahead and he produced No More, which is the first track on this album. That was an icing on the cake. It was just a smooth R&B flavor, and it just fits in for the starting of the album to set the tone and so forth. So, you know, the album is really in a class by itself right now, and, you know, I think, you know, it came out at a time where, you know, it was the reggae anniversary, 50th reggae anniversary of Jamaican music, and it came right in time and that year, and I think this album is going to go down in part of the reggae history as well, you know. I hope that they looked at it like that and the world can actually embrace it, you know.
It will do. It will do. Listen, right, you said a word there that struck me. You said chemistry. Now, I was out last night at the concert, man, and the chemistry between yourself, Tony Curtis, Thriller You, and Lukey D is crazy. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
How
definitely.
How did you guys get together? How did you get together originally?
Well, you know, I mean, we grew up in the industry together, you know, like, you know, we were kids and, you know, we involved in music and we used to just love it. So we used to always in the same circle because good artists always find good artists to talk to. You know, and, you know, so we always used to just link up as friends and talk about the music and talk about the groups that we admire and so forth. And you know, we always managed to maintain a healthy conversation about the music and where it's heading. And what is fading out, what kind of genre of music is fading out, what kind of style of music is coming in, you know, what kind of style of singing is coming in, what is going out, so we can maintain our commitment towards bringing good things to the fans. So as we're talking about music, Lukey D will say, yo, you remember songs like these, and we'll probably draw something from the Mighty Diamonds, and he will say, sing this note, sing that note, and Tony will hold a note, Triller will hold a note, and we all just sing, and it just sounds good. So people used to say, are you guys really serious? And, you know, we said, you know, hopefully one day we wanted to have a group, you know, for the first time in Jamaica music history that 4 individual artists would come together and make such a powerful a group, super group. And everybody was saying, that is not going to work. That is not going to work. We don't see that working. That won't work. That won't work.
Shame on them.
And one day we just get up. I think I was living in New York at the time, so Tony Curtis came up and started to share ideas with me, and I said, yo, you know, I have a #1 in Jamaica now, and I think by right time now this we should come back. You know, you need to come back, Melody Man, and you know, build up our vibes, and you know, and we said, all right, you know, I'm gonna look into it and come back and thing. And I went back to Jamaica, and when I went back to Jamaica, I went down there to record Let It Flow and some other songs, Crazy Love and them songs. So when I went down to record, you know, I met up with the guys and they said, you know, we're ready, and I think this is the time. That was about 97. And we just went into the studio, I think early 98, and we recorded Sweetness of Your Love. And from that day on, we have never looked back. Now, what that does, we managed to open eyes of young groups who were in the background but didn't know what to do. You know, and they were also inspired by Lust as well, which, like, as you can see, the TOK, the ARP, the Voicemail, and so forth, young groups who are coming up who really look up to Lust, you know, as like a Godfather group. You know, and even the people who came before us, you know, looking up to those people back to remember the good harmony sounding music that we used to be alive, and that we are maintaining that. And that was the real reason of this group, is really to maintain the authentic reggae music that has been fading out, and radio DJs are not playing anymore. So we bring back that young, fresh vibe and remind them that these were the people who set the tone for us.
You see? And you know what? What I'm going to do, like how you just said that, because there's a song, man, I played it today, and I was just playing it back and forth. I listened to the album again today, and I got to this track, and you know what? This one can't stop playing. So like how you just said, you just let the young youths know where it started. We're going to go track number 10, called Reset the Trend. That was impressive. That was impressive. We're going to talk about that one after this one. Oh, man. Okay, listen, people, check it out. JFN 96.6. Matic. Different style.
Long time we had the swagger. I want to them a little bit. A long time we have the swagger. It's Mr. Melody again. We set the order. We set the trend. We make the girl them start whine again. So run away, my youth, and go and go tell your friend. It's Mr. Melody again. Swagger Godfather, we set the trend. Long time we have it and we lend it to them. Take away yourself, my youth, and go and go tell your friend. This are the national harder. Which part me come from, Jamaica border. Lift it and me carry it internationally harder. Surround the place and prepare disorder. Hey, them think me easy when me check it, them a simple something. And me give them rubber dub, rubbers rock and nothing. I will show them say all the time we are running this something. A clarity me a deal with it up. Mr. Melody again. We set the order, we set the trend. We make the girl them start whine again. So run away my youth and go and go tell your friend. It's Mr. Melody again.
Man, that song is addictive. It's addictive, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Well, English, let me tell you something, English. It's really funny how you just dropped that song, because I tell you, this whole album is a part. The more I listen to the songs, is the more I know that the album is talking about my whole life.
Yeah,
you know, in terms of where I'm coming from, in terms of where I'm at today, and where I'm about to go.
Yeah.
You know, set the trend. You know, as you know, we grew up in the dancehall, because I heard people were saying, I heard young artists come up and start saying dancehall is a rhythm. No. And that's not actually true.
No, not at all.
Dancehall was a place where people go to listen to music that they don't hear on the radio.
See it there.
No, it's funny because I don't know how to say, you know, that's a dancehall song.
Okay.
You know,
right.
It's radio play. It's radio. You can play the song on the radio.
Yeah, yeah.
But the vibe of it is coming from a dancehall era. Exactly. Where singing melody, I used to do a lot of those kind of music. But as I grown, I find that there's a market for me, you know, where I fit comfortably, and I don't have to keep running down rhythms, but I can set the trend for myself and for others to come. Now, that song called Set the Trend is really talking about how the dances are running these days. There's a lot of issues it's speaking about. Yes. And yet still it remains musically. Yeah. It's talking about when you go to dances these days, you don't see female and male dancing anymore. You see the female over on the right and the male over on the left, or vice versa.
Shame.
Everybody stand apart. But I remember when I was going to dance back in those days, I go to dance to party. And to make sure I find a person to dance with at that moment for as long as I'm there. Okay. And I will dance and rub out fence. You understand? And that's when music used to be nice.
Yes.
You enjoy the fullest of the music, the spirit in the music. Proper. And, you know, I heard Celine Dion said something when she came to Jamaica, and that reminds me when I used to go to dances. Celine Dion said she didn't have to warm the people up. The people were already warming her up when she come on, because they were making love to her song at the show. So while she was singing, people were dancing together and kissing and carrying on at the show.
See?
And she was shocked. She said she had never done that performance anywhere else in the world. She said she had performed many places. It's Las Vegas and all of that. And people, she had to come on and warm them up.
Yeah, nice.
You know, but the people warming her up, and it was surprising. So what I'm saying, in other words, to what my work is that I am speaking about issue in this song that, you know, that was really real to my life and, you know, my upcoming. Then again, it's talking about now trendsetter. Yeah. Issues and trendsetter. Yeah. Issues and swag. What is really swag? Some people say it's a dance. No. But I think it's a lifestyle. And the song itself speak about the lifestyle of setting the trend.
Yeah, okay.
And then, you know, addressing the issues with the younger youths who are coming in, because I think that's where we have a moral breakdown with the music, is that some of the youths them don't really learn how to respect the people who came before them.
Exactly. Good point.
And then the moral breaks down, the moral part of it breaks down, and then you find all these disrespecting going on. When you go to shows, people, young artists just walk past big artists, and like they are the small one and they are the big one, you know? And sort of thing. This is things that I witnessed. But then you still have some of them who really know that, you know, that is really indisciplined, and they will pay the respect, you know. So we still have a set of them who's really doing well and really acting respectable, you know. And then we speak about the issue about people who have power, who are influencing the youths. You know, like in community where you find that a man will have a little money because he must up a little money, but yet still is influencing youths to do bad things. You know, instead of influence them with the wealth that you have, to influence them to do positive things. You know,
exactly. Yeah.
And then again, it goes back speaking about when you get the fame, how do you handle it? You handle it because you have the big song now as the big man, and you feel like you're the man now, so you know you can hype on the people and whatever.
Talk.
Issues like that.
Yeah.
English.
Yes.
So it's a whole heap of things it's really talking about if you listen to the song.
I know, and it's like you put them in their place. You're saying this cool out, man, and relax yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Enjoy music. It's fun, and it's not for you. It's really for the people.
Yeah, exactly. No man's bigger than the music. You get me?
Yeah, man. No man, no bigger. Yeah, man. You have artists that is bigger than artists, and that's why you can pay your respect. But the thing is that you have to remember that it takes time for you to get where he is, and you might never get there.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Well, Mr. Melody, listen, you've been on many stages, you've received many awards. Can you let us know what your most memorable moment is?
Oh my God, I say this all the time in a couple of interviews I've done.
Okay.
And, you know, I'm going to repeat it because it's really true.
Okay, yeah.
My most memorable achievement is really the people.
Mad.
The fans who have been working furiously to get my music played on the station and to call in and request their favorite song from Singing Melody and to be on a round-to-round clock basic on the Facebook and the Twitter, even before Twitter. They used to call radio station because social network is just maybe about 8 years, 10 years ago, and just started. So we just have to big up the fans because they are my biggest achievement, and through them, you know, I get to sell units. You know, they're the one who go in the shops and buy the records and say, you know, Singing Melody wants you to sign this CD for me, or whatever. I Singing Melody, you know, hopefully one day I could get to meet you to sign my album because I purchased this album. When this album came out, young kids who people used to say no, they don't buy records, they went out and get records. And then you have like my co-audience who don't wait, they can't wait on that day to come to get the album. So I think my biggest achievement, you know, the awards come because of the recognition of the people.
Yeah, true.
And I think, you know, for the committee now who presents the award, I will honor them, you know, for highlighting my career, you know, and, you know, recognize that, you know, I'm one of the chosen few who are selected to do what I'm doing. And I'm really proud today to stand and say I will never change a thing about my career. I will never change the music. I will never change the people. You know, I will keep maintaining them, though. I will keep bringing them all the good music I can possibly bring. You know, the radio DJs who are playing a great part in my career, like yourself. You know, and you know, I will big up a few, but also big up all, bigger you and so forth, who had started giving me some good feedback on the song in the UK, Alan Brando and so on, and them guys. But all the radio DJs in the UK right now, Daddy Ernie and so forth, Quincy, and you know, all these people who have been speaking to on a daily basis and Twitter and Facebook, you know, who are giving me great feedback on what's going on in the UK. You know, they didn't have to do that, but they do it because, you know, they like what's going on. And even yourself and others, you know. There's so much DJ, but I can tell you all of them, DJ Chris Cott and so forth, trying to get in touch with him, but boy, it's almost impossible. But everyone who play a great part in the success of this song and the album is really highly appreciated.
Definitely, man. Bigger. Listen, before you go, I need to ask you two questions. The first question is very important. Are you a football fan?
If I'm a football fan?
Yes.
I can honestly tell you I would watch a good game.
Okay.
I will watch a good game. You know, and the reason for that, you know, I easily get upset when a good game is not played. You know, I'm one of those diehard fans who will just, you know, I don't have you know what it is? I can honestly tell you, I do love Chelsea as a good team.
Okay.
But I can tell you, there's so many other good teams out there, and I think it's all. Anytime you feel you want to drop the ball and feel you have it now, I think that's when things goes wrong.
Okay.
And for me, I like a team that works really hard on the craft.
Yeah. Okay.
And play to hold their status.
Manchester United. Yeah, it's true.
You understand? And for me, I don't have I can't say I have a special team right now. Yeah. Okay. But I will watch a good game.
Fair enough. I appreciate the answer there. I can deal with that. That's good. That's good.
So no stones thrown.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's no one offended.
Exactly.
About who I said is my whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I can deal with that. Okay. Because right now I'm wearing a red shirt. It says Manchester United on it, so I won't say anything else still. You know what I mean?
No, listen, man. Like we said, they play a good game, I cheer for them.
Okay, fair enough.
If they play a good game, I cheer for them for life.
Yeah, man.
That's who I am. I'm a very open person. I don't hang on one side of the fence, but I'm a diehard fan. Yeah. If I love you, I love you honestly, and I'm gonna say that I do.
Okay.
But if I don't love you, I'm still not gonna say I don't love you. I'm gonna say, well, I see what you can do.
Yeah.
Okay. And what you can bring to the table. Because for me, I don't give up on people.
Yeah, big.
People have to give up on themselves before I can give up on them.
That's them. Yeah, man.
And even when they give up on themselves, I will still encourage them. Because that's the kind of person who I grew up to be. And that's the kind of person who I'm practicing to be as well.
Definitely, man. Listen, the final question is this, yeah. Right now, it's Valentine's. Love is in the air. You are singing melody out of the group Lust. And I want to know if you're able to sing something for the ladies that may be lonely, that's maybe single. Comfort them for a little bit, please, if you can.
Of course, yes, I can.
Cool.
That's my job.
Man. God. Man.
Time wasted will never be regained. So don't waste the chances to love again. 'Cause you will never know how the wind will blow. And if you never did, then you just won't know. And if you don't love, you will never know just what it feels like just to see that flower grow. And if you don't love, you will never know. Oh, it's so beautiful to hear her say so. Oh, it's so beautiful to hear her say so. You don't know. This is singing melody. And like I said, if you don't love, you will never know. You will never get to know. You will end up lonely if you don't get a chance to love.
Proper.
And it starts from loving yourself.
Proper. Mr. Melody.
Yeah, man. Before I go, I'd just like to say, no problem. Before I go, I'd just like to say, just remember, encouraging everyone to come out and Sunday for the big show at the O2 Academy. It's going to be off the chain right there. Also, we just want to remind them that the album is out. Please go out and get it. Please support it. We need the support, in other words, to get to places, and if we don't get the support, then, we're not going to get there. And I know you all want me to get there as your artist. So go out and get the album. It's available on iTunes, Amazon.com, and so on, UK. Also, it is sold distributed by VP Records. So, if you know your mom and pop shop where VP sends stuff, you can go there and get the album as well.
Yeah.
One more thing. Just want to tell the people where to find me. It's singingmelodymusic.com. That's singingmelodymusic.com. You can go on my website. You can sign up and be a fan if you want. If you want to get to know more about Singing Melody and so forth. And also the Facebook is on there. You can get access to that. The Twitter, the YouTube, the Reverb Nation. Trust me, everything is there for you to get access to. So please go on. singingmelodymusic.com, and that's where everything is happening. From the making of the album, the videos, everything is there. Go on and check it out.
Okay, see, that's proper. Mr. Melody, thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. We really appreciate that, Definitely, man. And continue doing the work, please, sir.
Brethren, I can tell you it's really one of my memorable moments. And, you know, when you called me earlier and I was sleeping because I just got in. Yeah. But you know what? You know, I never turned down a good interview. I never turned down anything that I know is going to help me and also help the radio too as well, and the radio personality, because this help each other. You know, it's a kind of vibe where it has to work together. You know, it can't be a one-sided thing. You know, and you know, and as we speak, I'd just like to say big up to the team here before I go in UK. You know, big up to my promotion team, my production team. Big up to Portia, big up to Marcia, big up to everybody who have lent a hand to this project and working on this project feverishly to get the word out to people. Big up to my PR team, my marketing team, my management in Jamaica, Ruby Robbins, who have been doing a great job. Just want to big up to Fat Eyes Records and Tony Kelly, Donovan Jermaine, who have produced a track and the album as well. You know, and big up to Sly and Robbie, everybody who play a part within this album. Just big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. Mad.
This is Sing. I'm gonna leave you the final track, number 13, Call on His Name. Yeah, right here on GFM.
Yes, man.
Proper.
Respect.
Bless her. Cool. Bless.
From afar I can see you. I wish I knew what was wrong, but I hope God will bless and He'll guide you. And in your journeys you'll find something new. So far away from all reality, can you be open once more for Him? Oh yeah. All the troubles we have has burdened us down, but we choose to move on. But you call on His name, and when you call on His name, He will answer. Yes, you can call on His name.
That's the voice of Singing Melody. From the album, they call me Mr. Melody. That's a big album right there, you know, people. Honestly, man, you know, I'm not lying, man. It's a big album. You get it. You listen to that, man. You won't turn it off. It's got music for everybody on there, man. You know.
Daddy English don't have to be rich.